Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome back. This is our 29th concert. Crazy. Crazy. As usual, we are so thrilled to see you. My name's Alexa Tarantino.
My name is Stephen Feifke, and tonight we are joined by, once again, special guest
Emiliano Lasansky.
Do
you want to say anything to the people? First, I'd just like to remind everybody that we have returned to New York, and we have established a Corona pod. I'm not sure if that's an official term, but that means that the three of us are safe and testing negative, and we are all good, but we are just very happy to have another person in our musical pod. So please, no worries, and safety is a primary concern. If we could be sponsored by the Pixel by LabCorp at-home testing, I think we would be. It's a great company if anybody needs to be tested at home. But Emiliano, why don't you say hi to the people?
Hi, everyone who's watching, and all my friends and family, especially back in Iowa, where most of my friends and family are. Hi.
Awesome. So,
a special shout out.
Okay, great. We're going to pass this to Stephen.
Maura, our amazing Quarantino assistant, put something in the chat that said that we'll give anybody a special shout out who can name this tune, and what she is referring to is the background music that was playing just before we signed on. And Gordon and Les Rose, you absolutely got it right. That was my lead single to my upcoming record, Kinetic. Thanks so much for checking it out. Thanks so much for recognizing it. Everybody else, feel free to check that out on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Music, YouTube, wherever music is played, you can find it there.
So we want to start off by welcoming all newcomers. If this is your first time joining us, welcome to the party. You can tell we're a crazy community. We love absolutely everyone who has stuck with us for 29 weeks. 25% of the proceeds of this concert will go to jazz venues in need. We have spent about 1 month, 4 concerts, donating to a specific organization. But this time for the jazz venues, we're just extending and going to be splitting proceeds between some of our favorite places. So if you're watching on Facebook Live or on YouTube, click that Crowdcast link in your caption. You can join us. You can follow us on Crowdcast, get all the updates. Once you're on Crowdcast on your desktop, you'll see that green button at the bottom to donate for the jazz charities. We are tonight playing music from my favorite saxophonists. It will be tunes that I think we'll all know, but just with a little backstory in terms of why I love them so much and why I love playing them with these people. Thank you so much for all your well wishes about the engagement. So fun, so nice, awesome. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, David. Thank you, Kevin, for all your fun comments. We're going to kick it off. This is for David LaJewett, an amazing sponsor. Thank you so much for your gold participation tonight, David. We've loved connecting with you online. And we are going to start with Cheryl, a favorite of ours by Charlie Parker.
All right. Well, it feels great to be back and awesome to be playing with our pod partner, Emiliano Lasansky. As you better believe he washed his handski. We're just going to keep the music going. We're loving playing, so we're just going to, why not, keep it moving right along. We'd like to dedicate this next performance, this next song, to a frequent flyer of our quarantine concert series. This one goes out to Kevin Hogue. Thank you so much for today and for everything. This one is Work Song. Here we go. Frequently by Cannonball Adderley. Frequently played by Cannonball Adderley and
By his brother.
And by his brother as well. We'll add Amelia. Factoid. Here we go.
Okay. 1, 2, All right. Checking that list. We got a little Cannonball Adderley there for you. Check. So tonight we are focusing on some of my favorite saxophone players. I think we have a question in the crowdcast situation here. We got two. Okay, Alexa. One from Charles. Thank you, Charles, for your question. Alexa, have you ever played tenor? Any advice for someone wanting to try tenor after having only played alto and a little soprano? Emiliano's laughing because
I remember when you played tenor.
because he remembers when I played tenor. I did play tenor for like a year, for pretty, regularly in college for a couple of years. Thanks to one of our favorite professors, Dave Ravello, who encouraged me to try something new. And it ended up being a real blast. I enjoy it. I just don't like to carry it around New York City. I like to go with the lighter horns, or like 6 of the lighter horns, which turned out not to work so well for me. I'm usually carrying a lot of stuff anyway. But my advice for you, Charles, is, if you're playing soprano, then definitely, your ears are kind of in B flats too. So you can switch over to tenor. For me, it just took, getting the air supply solid and understanding how much air I truly needed to get that sound that I wanted. I like Dexter Gordon. I like Stan Getz. I like Hank Mobley. I like the kind of those little bit of a deeper sound on tenor. So it just depends what you're going for. But I would say playing along with the records that you love would be the best way to transition over. And then David LeJewett, who have been my biggest saxophone style or approach influences. Is that what, Stephen? Style or approach influences inspiration. So I curated tonight's set list very carefully based on my favorite influences. So first, we got Charlie Parker. I love playing bebop, and that's that. But then I really, really, really love Cannonball's soul and just spirit, and the way that he makes his horn sound like a human voice. So actually Cannonball, the record that's called Nippon Soul, from live in Japan, is one of my favorites. And Emiliano is our resident jazz historian, so he can tell us if you guys have any specific questions about records and things like that. And when we were in college, Emiliano knew all the facts about all the records and all the tunes. He's like a walking jazz encyclopedia. That's why we need him. We need him in the pod. And I want to give a big shout out to Lori and the Lasanskys and any meds that might be watching, the Iowa contingent. We love you guys. So thank you all for your questions. Feel free to keep them coming. If you're just tuning in, thank you for tuning in. As a reminder, tonight's 25% of our proceeds go to supporting jazz venues that we love in New York City. In need. And thank you all so much for the comments. We love it. Les Rose, thank you so much. And Kathy's sweet comment, and everybody, it's just so great to see you chatting. So up next, we're going to pay tribute to John Coltrane. One of my favorite tunes that I heard him play is I Hear a Rhapsody. And this is for the Zaffits, who I believe they can't join us tonight live, but they will see this tomorrow. Wow. I Hear Rhapsody. That's a nice pairing, actually, for you, Mr. Zavitz. I feel it. I feel that you like this tune. Okay, here we go.
How fast are we doing this one? Cool.
Want to start something?
Which ending was that from my codings? That's actually number one. It is pouring outside here in New York City. We're playing a little bit of rain music. There is a question from Charles here for Emiliano. And the question is, does Emiliano like Marcus Miller? Or is electric bass a bad word?
I love Marcus Miller. Actually, when I was in 7th grade, was when I first joined jazz band. Shout out to my 7th grade jazz band director, Jerry Zinn. I was actually playing electric bass then only. I wasn't playing upright bass. And Mr. Zinn actually burned me illegally. He burned me a CD of Marcus Miller's. I'm trying to remember which Marcus Miller record it was. I remember it had Frankenstein on it, but regardless, yeah, I mean, he's a huge influence of mine for sure. I mean, all of his recordings with Miles Davis, with Wayne Shorter, with Weather Report, and all of his own recordings, his recordings with other bass players. I mean, he's a consummate musician and great composer as well as bassist. So I would say, in my opinion, electric bass is an amazing, beautiful instrument, and I still play it all the time. And so it's definitely not a dirty word in any way. But yeah.
Emiliano's really good at electric bass.
Call me.
Call him for all the gigs. Maura mentioned there's a question on Facebook from Jim Schumann about if I have any Paul Desmond in my wheelhouse. The answer is sorry, we just got a tornado alert in New York City. I just got that on my phone. Flying debris. Well, keep you all posted. I don't think I have like a huge Paul. I didn't really like transcribe him a lot, but I definitely listened to, his work with Dave Brubeck, but I don't know enough of his own kind of career outside of that, but I definitely heard his records and that sound was clear in my ear. I think I was going for something more along the lines of like Phil Woods and Cannonball Adderley, but his approach to improvisation and sort of articulation, it was also always very interesting. So thank you, Jim, for asking.
We have an awesome tidbit of information here from Les Rose, who says, Marcus, I went to Queens College with Marcus. We were clarinet majors. He played the bass on the side. Worked out well.
He's a great bass clarinetist too.
Really? Wow. Yeah. Somehow that's, all of these amazing musicians, they all play clarinet. I can think of one who plays clarinet in this very room. Okay, well, we're going to move things right along here. This is probably one of our favorite compositions of all time, and this one is Corcovado. I love the Stan Getz version, although there are many amazing versions, and actually during quarantine I did an arrangement for a good friend of mine, Chad Lefkowitz-Brown, Chad LB, for his virtual big band project. So you can check that out on YouTube as well. But anyway, this one goes out to the Nancaro family, silver sponsors for tonight. Thank you so much. We really appreciate all of your support throughout this this quarantine concert series. And just a reminder for anybody who's joining in, 25% of all proceeds from tonight's concert go towards New York City jazz venues in need. So thanks very much. And here we go with Corcovado.
Definitely not quiet nights and quiet stars right now.
No, yes. Very windy. Lovely. The wind has seemed to have subsided. Thank you all for your fun comments on the wind. Lori asks if we know any wind-related tunes. This next one is for Lori Lasansky, silver sponsor tonight. We love you, Lori. We are going to play a Joe Henderson classic. This is called Inner Urge. This is one of my absolute favorite Joe Henderson tunes. So I think it was maybe it was Charles who asked about tenor. Joe Henderson's one of my favorite tenor players ever. So here we go, Inner Urge. Everybody wants a bossa album from me. That's so funny. And thanks so much, David. I'm definitely brainstorming the bossa nova album or the Brazilian album for sure.
That reminded me, we have another question from Danny saying, "Is there any way I can come back and check out the video after the stream has ended?" So sorry that you're having some technical difficulties, Danny. But yes, of course, the concert will remain live on Crowdcast as well as on our Facebook pages and YouTube pages after the concert is finished streaming. So again, sorry about that, and thanks for tuning in. Hope that the restream is successful.
Oh my gosh. Okay, ready? I'll just play solo. Maybe this some melody solo.
I registered too late that Alexa wanted to take the first chorus solo. So we'll have to do a redo of this at another concert. As soon as I played the first note, I saw Alexa's reflection in the window turn around and look at Emiliano. I was like, oh, that's what she said. Okay, what are we playing next? Thank you so much, Lori. I was going to say that. Oh, Broadway. Excellent. Cool. Well, one of the cool things is that Alexa actually knows. Well, why don't you talk about Franca?
Okay, sure. Sounds good. Sounds good. We're moving on with some Jerry Mulligan. We're going to play Broadway, which is a classic of his. If any of you caught our Jerry Mulligan concert a while back, we got into some really good stuff there. That's one of our favorites. And I'm very grateful to have been, I guess, I was selected as a scholarship recipient from the Jerry and Franca Mulligan Foundation when I was a student at Juilliard, and became close with Franca and her team. And she's actually in Milan right now. She's Italian, and so she's riding out the quarantine in Italy, which I'm a little bit jealous about. I'm still trying to find a way to buy my €1 home that I always see those news ads about in Italy. So if anybody wants to go in on buying a little village, just keep me posted. We're going to move on with Broadway, and I think we have just a comment Maura put in the chat. Daniel Johnson Brewer on YouTube. Thank you so much for being there for the Columbus Youth Jazz Program Masterclass. It was great to meet you there. Thanks so much, Daniel. Thanks for tuning in. And okay, this is for Dwayne and Ida Miller. We love you so much. Happy birthdays. Well, some of us went up a half step, some of us went up a whole step. That's jazz. Okay, we are so grateful. We have people on here. Thank you so much, everybody. We are going to continue. This is a Wayne Shorter piece, another one of my favorites. This is called Yes and No, and this is for Ken Hayes, silver sponsor tonight. Thank you so much. So we should do this one, then all the things you are, and then we'll do a blues, and that will cover all the silvers, and we'll just, I don't think we can do everything on these tonight. That's fine. It's no problem.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, everybody. That was again Yes and No, and actually you can go onto YouTube and find a really awesome version of Alexa's quartet or quintet with Nick Finzer playing this at Rockport Music, featuring Emiliano Lasansky on the bass and another one of our friends, Eric Metzger.
And there's also an LSAT version, I think.
Oh, and there's also an LSAT version of this with Lauren Sevion. Is she sponsored by Evian yet? Okay, guys, we're just so excited because we have so many amazing sponsors for tonight's concert. So we're gonna go over by a little bit. We hope that's okay with all of you. If you have to jump off at any time, obviously feel free. The stream will remain online on Facebook, YouTube, and on Crowdcast. So feel free to just log back in, click that button, and then you can stream this concert whenever it's convenient for you. And thank you again so much for everybody being here tonight. We are going to continue now with All the Things You Are. And there's a great contrafact on this by Lenny Tristano and Lee Konitz that we are going to hint at. And this one goes out to Dean Johnson, silver sponsor for tonight's concert. Thank you very much, Dean. And
I'm just going to add my saxophone tidbit.
Here's Alexa's saxophone tidbit.
So I picked this one because my favorite version of this is Phil Wood's quintet. The record is called The Great American Songbook. But there are two really great Lenny Tristano or Lee Konitz contrafacts. One is called Evolution and the other one is called Thingin'. So we'll mix it up. We'll tribute to both Phil and Lee.
All right, everybody. Thanks so much again for tuning in. We have just a couple of questions, and we want to give a quick shout out to some viewers from Brazil who are tuning in right now. We hope you heard our version of Corcovado, and we are all anxiously awaiting Alexa's Bossa Nova Samba album. As for Diego Lasansky saying, let's hear Spanish Blue. Maybe next time. And there is a question in the chat from Danny Niederberger. Hope the tech issues worked out. Danny asks me if I've ever played Hammond organ, and if so, do I have any advice for someone who, with some experience on piano, wanting to transition to organ? I have played. It's a totally different animal. You have to learn not only like how to play the different manuals, like the upper one and the lower one, but you also have to learn all about the drawbars. Some of them access different partials in the overtone series, so it's super cool, very versatile instrument. And I also think that you should practice playing your bass lines. Not that we would want to replace Emiliano, but that's what the organ was created for, right? Is that it replaces it, just like in dire economic circumstances, it would help those. That's why it was invented for jazz. So anyway, great question. Practice your bass lines and get some exposure to playing a Hammond at your local Faust Harrison piano dealer. Okay, so we're gonna play just a couple more. We're gonna play two more tunes. We're gonna start with Olio. Everybody has played this song throughout the ages. You can practically find any saxophonist, and they will have a performance on this. It's just one of those classic recordings. Probably the first one that comes to my mind is the one with Miles Davis, and Miles Davis. It's technically I think it's the copyright is under Miles Davis's name, but rumor has it that it's Sonny Rollins' composition. So this is our ode to every saxophone player ever. This one goes out to Robin, Ruth, Med. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight, for being silver sponsors. Here is Olio.
Oh my God, that was hilarious. Amazing. So I want to make sure that everybody knows where to find Emiliano. So Emiliano, Emiliano, Lochdinsky, Washhansky, Quarantinsky, all the names. Lasansky is his real last name, Lasansky. Instagram is Lasansky. Facebook, Emiliano Lasansky. Website, EmilianoLasansky.com. Soon to be .org. Soon to be Emiliano Lasansky Enterprises. I don't know. So we're going to close it out tonight. We want to thank all of our fabulous bronze sponsors. Honestly, you guys all came through tonight. What a list of people. Thank you so much. We couldn't do any of this without you. We could not have gotten through quarantine without you. We just are consistently blown away and appreciate you so much, and the fact that we've been able to give back in such a way to the communities that means so much to us. So, bronze sponsors tonight, we've got Cindy Geyer, Charles, Rona Payne, Mike Edwards, Gordon Webb, Rob Horton, and Les Rose. Thank you all so much. And then we also want to give a special thank you to the Tarantino and the Feifke families for their constant gold sponsorship in life and in music. We love them, you all very much. We are going to close things out tonight with Tenor Madness.
Yeah, email. There's a saxophone in the title.
Lochdinsky strikes again. Washansky. Everybody go home and wash your handskis. See you later. We love you. We'll see you on Sunday night for We Take Requests. And we are really looking forward. If you want to make a request, please email Maura, the fabulous Quarantino assistant and producer. I think we'll be, we can't unfortunately do it super long. I know we went over tonight a lot. We'd love to do 5-hour concerts, but so requests with sponsors, I think in the gold and silver levels get priority, and we'll continue to fill the program from there. So feel free to get your requests and donations in ahead of time, and we'll craft the program accordingly. Thank you so much. Here's Tenor Madness. How does this go again? Yeah. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm Alexa Quarantino.
I'm Emiliano Lasansky.
AKA Emiliano Lasansky, AKA actually go to emilianolasansky.com and check out this amazing bass player. My name is Stephen Feifke. Again, thank you so much, everybody, for your incredible support tonight, for tuning in across all platforms. We can't wait to see you next week for We Take Requests. Please do drop us a line at astepaheadjazz@gmail.com so that we can know what you want to hear. We will take those requests very, very seriously.
And tell your friends.
Tell all your friends.
Share. If you can get one person to join.
All right, everybody. See you next week. Thank you again so very much. Good night.
Who stops it?